Seattle should pay its domestic workers. That probably is the most absurd thing you've heard all day, because yes, people who do work have to be paid. Slavery is illegal. Human trafficking is illegal. Yes, we have a problem with it in Seattle. We have such a problem with it that I actually am friends with a family that had an unpaid domestic worker. And in fact, this is not the one and only time that I have seen this in Seattle. Now, this friend was a friend of mine. I was a friend of the family he lived with as well. He was a homeless man that was taken in by the family, and he did the work in the house, and he was allowed to stay there for free. And supposedly he consented to the situation. This is part of the messy gray area when it comes to consent culture, right? He was free to go. But it was what was found out after his death that has convinced me that what happened was really, really not okay. He had said his whole time living there, which was about 10 years until he died, that he never got along with his sister. His sister was his last living relative, so effectively he had no family left since he never got along with his sister. But with his ashes, they had to, of course, go to his last living family member. And it took a while for them to find his sister, but once they did, and once, the lady of the house where my friend lived was able to talk to the sister on the phone, we found out something entirely different. We found out that actually they got along fine, and once they talked, it was kind of figured out that what really happened was that my friend felt so ashamed that he was living off of what he considered just the charity of this family that he never phoned his family ever again. This is 10 years of needless isolation because someone thinks that they're a charity case because they're working for room and board, which, by the way, is completely illegal. It is human trafficking. And I think that if this family had given him some dignity, had given him a wage for his labor, and, whether or not they had him pay rent back to them, that would have been much, much better. There would have been a chance that he wouldn't have been so ashamed of himself that he had no other option in life but to just work for his room and board. And maybe he could have had 10 extra years of having a relationship with his last living family member.